It's nighttime, and Bear tells me that his Cousin Bear, is staying over at his cottage for a few days. Mama Bear calls out that it's time for bed, so the two little bears snuggle into Baby Bear's bed. When Baby Bear turns off the light, though, Cousin Bear gets spooked by a strange looking figure on the wall and thinks it's the Boogie Bear. It seems to disappear when Baby Bear turns on the light again, yet returns when the light goes out. Baby Bear explains that it's a shadow, showing how the moonlight is shining through the window and casting the shadow of a tree outside. Cousin Bear is still unsettled, so Baby Bear closes the window and drapes so they can enjoy a good night's sleep. The next morning, Cousin Bear worries when Baby Bear opens the drapes as the Boogie Bear might return, but it's surprised to see that there's no shadow on the wall. He's relieved until Baby Bear explains that today is a nice and sunny day, so there'll be plenty of shadows, which causes Cousin Bear to go into a full blown panic attack. The two bears meet up on Sesame Street to play with Telly, only Cousin Bear tries his best to hide. Telly assumes he's playing hide and seek, but Baby Bear explains how his cousin is terrified of shadows. Telly tries to calm Cousin Bear's nerves, but when he tells him that shadows are everywhere and he can't escape them, Cousin Bear starts running up and down the street in terror, screaming his wee little head off. They think that Gina, who is a veterinarian, can help him out if they can catch up with Cousin Bear. In her office, Gina uses a spotlight to demonstrate where shadows come from. She shows how her own hand looks and moves the same as her shadow and has Cousin Bear do the same. She then shows how they can make shadows look like different things like a dog, a rabbit, and a snake. Telly somehow manages to make the shadow of a realistic looking duck, which happens to come from an actual duck. And who is Gina's next patient? Cousin Bear has fun making shadow figures and says he is no longer afraid.